have not posted a vlog for a while, but I feel the time has come because I'm seeing an upsurge in the problems with teenage dogs. Over the December and January time, in the holidays, owners are now at home and they are finding out all the problems that their dogs have. And suddenly in January, it's time to phone a trainer or a behaviourist. So yes, I've had many calls over January. Now, let's look at teenage dogs and why are there so many problems. A teenage dog for me starts roughly around 6 months. This is where they start becoming teenagers, and it lasts up to a year, sometimes older. But these teenage months of a puppy's life, and I'm not going to call them puppies, they are teenagers. They behave rather like human teenagers. They don't want to do things, they do things their own way, they don't listen. These are the problems that owners are experiencing. Now, many of these dogs are landing up in rescues, given back to breeders, given away to friends, because people can't cope with what they are doing, their behavior. Now you've got a teenage dog, older than a puppy. They're a little bit out of control. Some of them are really out of control. And you have to do what we call remedial work, trying to sort out the problems. But these problems actually started way back when they were that cute puppy. That cute puppy was allowed to do as it wanted. It could bite, it could chew, it could jump, and everybody thought, oh, this is so cute, it's a puppy. And so nothing was done about it. Then it escalates. Puppy gets a little older, puppy gets older, now it's a teenager. Now it's not nice to have this dog leaping on people, grabbing hold of them, because that's what the dog is used to doing. So now we have a problem. When I go into the houses to work with these people and their dogs, I always ask, what did you do in the early months of this dog's life? Some people have taken them to some sort of puppy socialization. Unfortunately, there is good puppy socialization and there is bad puppy socialization. Good puppy socialization is teaching the owners the skills on how to develop that puppy in a good way. Bad puppy socialization is, oh, we've got loads of puppies, let them just play, let them just do their own thing, they're off lead. Can they come to their owner? No, they're having fun. So these are the dogs, the bad socialization dogs, that are going to have problems down the line. I'm not saying that good socialization dogs can't have problems, but they're less likely to have it. So what are the problems? Jumping, biting, chewing, all these things. And these need to be looked at and addressed when the puppy is young, between the 8 weeks and 16 weeks of age. The puppy socialization, the puppy most important stage. If they are not addressed properly then, you're going to have problems down the line. And now at 9 months, you've got to do remedial work to get that dog under control. It's bigger, it's more boisterous, and it's more likely to say, no, I don't want to do it. Another problem is that most people say, well, I did the puppy socialization, they were social, everything was fine, I didn't go on with any training. Why didn't you go on with any training, I usually ask. Oh, well, we don't want that nonsense. Oh, do we want the dog to be walking like a robot, doing tricks like a robot? No, we're not interested in training. And that's where it unravels, it falls apart. Going to training, and I've mentioned this in a previous vlog, going to training is not doing circus tricks, not doing this walking up and down and sit and down and come and stay just because we want little robots. No, we are building up a relationship between the owner and the dog so that the dog says, yes, I would like to work with you. I want to be next to you. I want to do things for you. The problem where it all unravels is we did the puppy socialization, we do nothing else. So now the dog says, okay, I'm social. Probably, maybe, yes, maybe not. But now they don't sit. Well, maybe they might sit when the humans ask them, can the dogs down? Can the dogs stay? Can they go to their bed and chill and be calm? Can they come when their owner calls them? Most teenage dogs, no, they do not come when they're called, because it's far more fun, much more fun to be out and running and saying hello to everybody and jumping on everybody and jumping on another dog. That's more fun for a teenage dog. Why must we go to our owner? There is not that bond, and training builds a bond. We are not making your dogs into a robot. You take what you learn in a class, you bring it home, you do stays at home, you do downs, go to your little blanket and lie down and chill. These are things that dogs need to know. And sadly, we've got a generation of teenage dogs that are out of control because they have not learnt to respect their owner. And respect is not screaming, shouting, hitting. No. Respect is, you asked me to do something, I would like to do it for you. And respect always doesn't always mean you have to feed the dog every single time. Respect can be, good dog, well done. Yes, treats work, but we want that respect that the dog says, I want to be with you, I want to do something for you. And that comes from the training, from the upbringing, from the time you get that puppy to the time that they are a teenager. Sadly, I also see that we have a generation of children that are also out of control, because we have this permissive society where you can't get cross with a child. You can't tell a child no. I never believe in hitting, screaming, shouting, children or dogs. I'm an ex-school teacher. I don't believe in that. But I do believe in a respect. And if you tell a child to do something, they should do it. Not cheek you back and say, no, I'm not going to do it, or hit you. And then the owner says, the child's expressing itself. So I won't get onto the children's side. But on the dog side, the same thing is happening. Oh, you can't tell a dog no. You can't put a dog on the lead. Heaven forbid that the people are telling you you can't put your dog on the lead to stop it jumping on somebody. Because, oh no, the dog's got to have time to express itself as well. Dogs are not human beings. They need guidance in a nice, kind, positive way. Guidance. Don't do that. This is more what I want you to do. Positively saying to the dog, well done, that was good. And if you've got a dog that's jumping on people, put it on a lead. It doesn't need to rush out and jump on the people, and the owners of the house say, oh, well, he's just a puppy. He's just saying hello. No, that doesn't work. If you put the dog on a lead, walk out with it, it can't jump in a person. That's not being cruel. But unfortunately, there are people out there that say, oh, that's cruel. No, it's not. It's teaching the dog behavior, how to behave, how to be calm. Is a teenage dog, allowed to grab you and bite you and do all these things? Not at all. Give them toys, and if they're out of control, put them on a lead or hold them back, or just put them in a little pen somewhere. Playpens are great for young dogs to stop them grabbing. There's nothing worse than these teenage dogs that are jumping and biting children. And then chaos reigns because the child is screaming and shouting, dog is biting even more, and many of these dogs get rehomed. So what do? You manage the situation. You train the dogs and manage the situation. And I love baby gates, keeping dogs away and behind them. You can have playpens for dogs, that they can be there, children can be there. putting the dog on a lead so it can't chase children when they're running in the garden. It's management. You can have children and a dog at the same time if you manage the situation correctly. But sadly, there's this whole thing, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm going to, this poor dog's, you just can't do it. You're going to damage their psyche. Absolute rubbish. And I'm saying it straight out, absolute rubbish. You manage the situation. And I would like to ask all people out there with young dogs, please take them to some form of training. Build up that bond so that when you call a dog, it'll come to you. When you ask it to do something, it'll do it for you. In the nicest possible way, train your dogs. Going to a training class is beneficial. It's not what people think, oh, just teaching robot dogs. You need those skills. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into houses with these teenage dogs out of control with problems. And we've worked on skills, managing the situation and basic skills. And everything falls into the place. You get a much nicer dog. And these are the dogs that won't be given away, won't be rehomed, because you've given them the skills and you've built a bond between the human and the dog. At the moment, there are many dogs out of there, out of control teenage dogs, who have no bond whatsoever with their owners. The owners think they have, oh, I love my dog. But believe you me, that dog really feels nothing for you if it's not prepared to come when it's called and do as you ask it. Get into some training. If you've got a teenage dog, take it to training. It's not too late. It would have been preferable earlier, but it's not too late to take a teenage problem dog to training.